Hello! Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Fireshot, Kitty, Floofy, Raven. Oh, excuse me. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're all having a blessed day. We are once again here for more Dungeons and Dragons, Houses and Humans, you know, that sort of stuff. So we're on session 14 now. I'm gonna go ahead and hop into Discord, and Crimson can start doing recap.
Greetings and salutations.
Greetings and salutations. I have got to turn that bot down because that is very loud.
Yes, I have
There we go.
30% volume, but this is cousin to Suncraft.
Interesting.
You could play tavern background noise.
Interesting. Also, just to let you know, Kitty wishes that she could be here, but she recently had a procedure done on her foot and can't sit quite right in her computer chair. So she's going to be watching stream. I'm going to be piloting her character, but she wanted to pass along the fact that she is very sorry that she can't be here for the Dungeons and Dragons. Just got done doing my taxes. Fun. Oh man, Raven, you waited for the last possible moment, huh?
Yeah. Taxes. Yeah. Anywho.
But bought something today as well, so I'm happy. Right on, Raven. What'd you buy? Ooh, a gun. Interesting. Roll 20. Why don't I have you bookmarked? One would assume that I would... What?
I don't know, why don't you?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
So I did everything to try and see and do like a little bit of a test to see what the issue is. Like, I want to see if it's a hardware issue that keeps causing issues with Discord because I'm paying for Nitro. I reset my modem, my router, and anything could be history-wise on my computer. So I'm gonna see if it's the hardware, or if it's something else.
Okay.
Yes.
Probably go to the gun range with my dad soon. Right on, Raven. It seems like fun.
Bang, bang.
Pew, pew, bullet, bullet, gun, gun. Howdy, y'all. I'm a stool.
Second Amendment.
All right, let's see here. Where is the Fujitech group? Come on, where are you? Oh, I just saw it. Where'd it go? There it is. Excellent. All right.
Do you happen to know a king of mustache?
A king of mustache?
Yeah, perchance on Discord.
No.
Or C3 TV.
C3 TV doesn't sound familiar either. Why?
I was just wondering, he was reaching out to me, seen playing D&D with Icy Pants and Elias. Wanted to extend an invitation in case you or any of your players are interested in All Rogues 2-shot. He's trying to set up.
Oh. Yeah, no, I don't know anything about... I don't know that person. Must be someone that Elias knows? I don't know.
Says he's got Heart Like David and Heron Club Dog that he already has too.
Well, I know Heart Like David.
I'll have to ask
Yo, Gojira, welcome in. I see the dragon, but I believe I was promised a dungeon. So the dungeon will come later. Do you see the screen? We're at the tavern. Got to go dungeon later.
Yes.
Right now we're just playing houses and humans.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh. Okay. Whew. I thought he was going to say, oh, I can't make it. He's grabbing him some ramen.
Who is?
Agnar.
Oh, okay.
Our strong but silent monk.
Oh, right on. You and I have very different ideas of what a dungeon should be. I don't think so, man. I think we have very similar ideas of what a dungeon should be. I like that meme you put up, Crimson. There's an NPC, open the gate. He's almost definitely evil. Close the gate. He's got a really funny voice. Open the gate a little.
Just a little bit.
I can't say anything more than this. Christian Minecraft server. Sup? Yeah. F. Well, do you want to go ahead and start off with the recap?
One second here, and let me get. And there we go. Okay, so logs. See here, I'm trying to see because nobody said they would.
Yo, Ghostish VT, thanks so much for stopping in. I appreciate the lurk. Yo, Jeff, welcome in.
No, Celeste, she's going to be streaming later on tonight, but she should be available.
Aha, there she is.
Yes, there's one.
Aha.
Yes.
Hi.
There's our strong and silent monk.
There we go. I have arrived.
Where is our very, very smarty pants wizard?
Oh, also, I'm gonna have to leave early, so like around like 5:15, I'm gonna have to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, I had to mute that. That was.
You gonna go?
very
You gonna go
loud.
and run a rave?
No. I thought you were about to say race, and I was about to be like, wait, how did you know?
Oh, are you gonna go run a race? That's cool.
No, not like a runner
Yes,
race, like
he's
part of a
here.
race.
Yeah, you're gonna be part of a race. What kind of race?
Kind of.
What is that
I'm part of the
race?
production team, basically.
That is
Oh,
okay.
cool.
That is Sunscape. You're gonna have to turn Sunscape down, possibly.
Yeah, I just
Sunscape
muted
is
it permanently.
But it's the
Sunscape is
background noise of the
background.
tavern.
Yes, it's the tavern. People talking in the tavern.
I turned it down to like 55%, and that seems to be okay.
55? I have it down to like. Oh wait, actually 55.
I had it down to like 0 and it was still
Mine's at
loud. I'm
45.
like, what the heck? Let me see. Hold on. Let me try that again.
Sounds
Yeah, mine's
like
at
a
45.
you issue.
Oh no, I thought it was at 0. That was the other thing. There we go. I'm gonna put this down to like 30.
Fire shot, you're
Turn
funny.
its volume down to 30%.
Thank you. I was like, I walked in here and I'm like, where's this coming from? Is this one of you guys? I was like, okay.
So, session the 13th. But you missed last session. Goodbye,
Yes.
New Corydale. Hello, Baldur's Gate. As the party awakens, Amelia gets right to keeping her promise of rocking tea. Very rocking tea. And succeeds excellently at almost recreating her invigorating brew from last time. Going from door to door, she wakes up the others, giving them something to drink before they make the long trek out. As they go up to their doors, they manage to spot Gale, a town guard, and two tieflings familiar to all except Caldez, who simply admires Gale from a distance.
From behind a bush.
From behind a bush, yes.
Not behind a bush. What do you mean?
You were on a barrel behind a bush.
I was drinking my tea. I was drinking my tea, bro. What do you mean?
Just admiring Gale from a distance.
Bro, I was drinking my freaking tea.
Closing in on the group, all gather around to hear the guard finishing his report to Gale about loading up the cart and feeding the horse, leading it, to which the wizard awkwardly acknowledges. He doesn't really know about the horse or the cart. It's like, whose horse or cart? I don't know whose it is. Is it yours? Is your horse and cart? Okay, it's their horse and cart. Never mind. Talking with the others, Gale finishes his conversation with the tiefling couple the party had met earlier. They were refugees from El Terrell that now knew of their city's rebuilding thanks to the party finding the loot chests in Redjaw's possession. Gale then invites them to meet him downtown once they are done packing up, to which the party obliges. Not much is needed to be done, as they had warm beds to sleep in the night prior and feel more than invigorated to press on towards Baldur's Gate. In the downtown area of New Corrydale, it is no longer crowded with the noises of building repair, but of calm and peace for once. Birds chirp above as the party descends on a trio waiting for them. As they walk into town, Lady Ellenven, Gabo, and Grilla stand there holding a conversation on what matters. The party does not know until they get a bit closer. Noticing the lot, Lady Ellenven approaches Gale, thanking him and the others for the heroic deeds of the Merciful Misfits, which is the name of your merry band, your guild. He takes the scroll from Mayor Corrydale in hand and gives it back to the first person.
Yo, Jeff, thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it.
Aldian. She informs them that her husband...
I don't have a command set up for it yet because I'm a slacker.
Husband, Mayor Corrydale, Guz, and Bernard, the lead guardsmen, are all conversing on how the township is to be reshaped and a plan to handle the remnants of Redjaw's men. As for the others that occupied the streets the other night, they were given the only two horses other than Varix the township could spare, as the elves sent a few of their rangers to escort Kargan, Phineas, Pepin, and others who were on their way to Baldur's Gate when Redjaw's men pounced on them on the roads. Gabo then steps forward, hood in hand and tears in his eyes, as he says goodbye to the bunch that helped him overcome his fears and save his tribe. He tells them of their plan to retake the woods as a united front, and that he would be one leading the charge for his people. Leading Caldez to make a rude comment about him trying not to die. One by one, he hugs all, thanking them, except for Agnar, who dodges affection yet again. But for how long? He blows a raspberry at the strong but silent monk as he hugs Amelia's neck. Then he hugs Caldez, even after his comment, saving a last hug for Fate as he thanks her for the help she provided for Grilla and Glusgut's lair. All go their separate ways,
I am in
Venus
fact a scrub.
wondering how much time it would take to get back to the gate, to which Gale would oblige, cracking his knuckles as he told them of his experience with the spell.
The timing on that was immaculate.
Yeah.
On what?
It cut off. Also, did you cut your mic cut out, Crimson?
Oh, is it doing the thing it was doing last time?
No, it's just completely silent now. No, I just said the time was mad because the moment it cut off, freaking Elias's mic just like what he just came.
Oh
back
yeah,
with
it was
everything.
like there was a loud thud, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
Crimson's no longer talking. Like Elias just murdered Crimson.
Oh,
Oh,
there
sorry
he
about
goes.
that. That's my bad.
He says as soon as Crimson disconnects, makes you wonder.
Also, is Kitty not joining us?
No, so she had a she had a procedure done the other day on her foot, and so she can't comfortably sit at her desk. So she's watching on stream on her tablet, but she's not going to be joining us, unfortunately.
Okay.
Where's Saren?
I think he said he wasn't able to make it as well.
What a loser!
And alright.
Our DM's still missing. I wonder if his internet died. Oh, no, he's back now.
It's got to be this Chromebook. This is ridiculous. I'm having to reset it.
Okay.
Gosh. It's the hardware, so it is a hardware issue. It's ridiculous.
Aw, thanks, Fireshot. I appreciate that.
Come on, come on. Boot back up. There you go.
Bing bong.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Saren legit scrub for not being here, right? He legit scrubbing. Did hardware issue
You
get
having to put
plugged
everything back up?
in with hardware this week?
Yep, hang on. Should be working.
What?
Okay, please log me back in.
Also,
No,
man, my
not
eyes are
that.
drying out. Holy crap.
Done. Hang on. Reloading. Okay.
Wow.
Literally just
Is the
updated.
Chromebook still on Wi-Fi or is it
Womp womp.
hardwired? Oh, no, it's still on Wi-Fi.
Hear me. Hello, can you hear me now? Yep, hear me.
Yeah, you're kind of muffled though.
Hello.
Oh. Yeah, you're just a little bit muffled.
A little bit muffled? Oh my gosh. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Testing. Okay,
Yes.
good. Cool. Alright, so, back to it. All go their separate ways. Let's see. Suddenly surrounded by. Alright, so Gale forms a circle around them all, and without any warning, they are immediately transported to an unknown location. Suddenly, they are surrounded by what appears to be other mages in flaming fists, all standing guard by the portal to see what happens next. The horse panics, not knowing what just happened, leading Fate and Caldas both to try and soothe the beast, only to fail, causing it to panic and soil itself where it stood. Somehow, the hardy veteran Aldian was able to calm the now wild beast, utilizing his skills from the battlefields back home. Commanding the reins, now Gavitas directs their now calmed horse to move to the destination point, which, come to find out, was the town of Rivington, just outside the main city of Baldur's Gate. Gavitas stops by the temple to Ilmater, there to retrieve some religious implements, and receives word that his order, as well as another group of paladins, the Brotherhood of the Gilded Lion, is helping them restore El Terrell and keep the peace, as tensions have been brewing there for some unknown reason. He also finds out there is a priest at the Pantheon Temple next to Elfsong Tavern. Aldian purchases a whittling knife and a block of wood to do some on-the-road carving. Meanwhile, Agnar walks into the Temple of Ilmater after Gavitas leaves, asking where he could find a house of worship to most of the deities of the coast, to which he would tell him the same information he told Gavitas. Caldas would ask the local smith there as to where he could find a skilled smith to combine his staff and the wand of magic missile, to which he replied a tiefling smith named Damon, who might still be in the city. His workshop was just up the street from Sorceress Sundry's. Emilia is able to find out where she might find more information on the necklace she wears from the Sorceress Sundry's as well. The party then proceeds forth towards Worm's Crossing, where the mighty fortress of the same namesake guards the entry to Baldur's Gate. Following in a line of carts and people on foot, they see a checkpoint ahead where their cart is stopped for inspection. One of the lower-ranking flames asked them to submit to a search, leading to some asking if the gate was a free city, to which he still demanded for a search to be done. One of his superiors off to the side then tells him off, recognizing the face of Gale right off the bat. His subordinate then fires back, using his brain to conjure up the probability of the Gale being in front of them actually being a changeling. Gale is easily able to dissuade such a notion, and overwhelmingly so by summoning a portal to Mystra's realm, causing the goddess to look over at the cocky wizard and scowl. One of the casters among the flames calls them all to bow as he recognizes the Lady of Magic herself, but not all bow. One guard is able to get a peek of the content inside the cart and sees the chest before them, all with the emblem of Baldur's Gate. Aldian then tells them they found the chest in the hand of Redjaw, one of the warlords left from the cult of the Absolute. The sergeant then tells them to stop inside Wormrock Fortress and speak with Master Sergeant Gunther about what they had
found immediately. Stopping inside the Master Sergeant's station, they left the horse and cart outside with the ladies as the guys went inside. There they found Flaming Fists going to and fro with reports and duty logs. At the far end was a heavily armored and rugged figure with the look of a tenure about his features, and his name emblazoned on his desk. Aldian walks forward and speaks to the brazen military man, who commands him to speak of his mission there with authority. With the crown and scroll in hand, he shows both, leading to Gunther calling on his subordinate, a dysfunctional private, to take it from Aldian, which takes a couple of tries as the startled young man musters the courage to speak at all. After taking both from Aldian, he gives it to the Master Sergeant and then drops to the ground for an extensive push-up exercise. Once Gunther is able to confirm the authenticity of said items, he then asks the lot if they had anything else they would like to submit, to which bells ring as a reminder they did have the chests that were bound for Elturel found in Redjaw's hands. Commanding the plucky private and another like him from across the room, they run to require the chests. The Master Sergeant looks them over and finds the authenticity to them, matching them up with the last shipment sent out to Elturel weeks prior, with every piece of gold accounted for. A group of Flaming Fists was revealed to have escorted the gold to the border of Elturgard, and the only ones who knew the transaction were the leadership of the city and the orders of paladins safeguarding Elturel. Unfortunately, they had not sent a patrol to investigate the disappearance of their men and gold, or even knew about it because of the ramping case against Asterion and political turmoil in the city. The party are thanked for their efforts and are given a receipt for the gold they were to be given for completing the quest. A total of 2,000 gold originally turned to 3,000 for bringing the chests they found to them. Before they left, Caldas made a remark about trying harder to not lose your men and paladins. In that case, Archimedes drops back to Blizzard, giving a nice mark. All leave the room afterwards, leaving the Master Sergeant to fill out more paperwork than he had before, taking a slightly different route than before. They stopped to see Sazzy and managed to grab a glimpse of the Crimson Keep from down below, only managing to catch a glimpse of the turrets of the castle with red banners lining its sides. Glee abounds as their cart rolls down the cobbled streets, eventually reaching its destination, the Daunted Drunkard. At last, the party is now back where it all began, the Daunted Drunkard. Vibrant music and conversation is heard from outside as they await to go in. The question is, what will Sazzy do now that they have completed
Yes,
their
fire
first
shot
quest?
to answer your question,
Will it be
yes.
celebration, libations, probing questions about the newest addition to their merry band, or all in between? Let's find out right now. Let me log into Roll20 real quick.
All right.
Ugh.
Also, Celeste, are you gonna log into Roll20?
Oh my goodness, I knew I was forgetting something. Thank you.
You know, the game.
I'm here listening to him talk, and I'm like so entranced by the story and everything he's saying that I have to log in. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
So fellow adventurers, how do we play this game? Well, you know,
We listen to the DM talk the entire time. That's what we do.
Would you like to hear a story from Morgan Freeman?
Oh no, please.
That's your story from Morgan Freeman.
You need to get Marshall in here for that.
I once knew a man named Batman. I was his butler, but not really. I was more of an arms dealer for the man.
Did you know that I knew the sergeant from Saving Private?
Yo, welcome in, Antic.
He was also in a prison.
Ah, well, we just got started, so you're actually perfectly timed, Antic. Celeste was just thinking about Asterion.
Obviously, the Daunted Drunkard, as you remember it, with the exception of Caldas, this is your first visit to the Daunted Drunkard. Unfamiliar with Baldur's Gate itself, and also unfamiliar with the tavern. But just outside, as you walk up to the entrance, of course, you hear sounds coming from inside of music and conversation. The smells coming from the windows, as some of the windows are cracked open. You could smell hints of cinnamon and meats coming from inside. But you also happen to see this big bulk
okay. I was about to ask who
now
Pookie
sitting
was.
outside.
Who your Pookie is.
Hello?
What?
Hello.
Did you
Sign
hear
up for
me?
World War, like WWT?
Yes.
World War III? Where?
No, it says. Oh my gosh, it says the WWT.
Oh, I thought you were gonna explain further. That's why.
World's
I stayed
weirdest
silent.
tavern.
It just
Sign up
says to
for the
sign up for the
WWT inside. Yeah.
All right. Well, are
guess
we
we're
ready to
signing up,
walk
huh?
inside? Caldas, why don't you go first?
After you say that, he's going to look at you and just be kind of skeptical, and because you say that, he's going to say, "No."
No, buddy, it's fine. I insist.
I don't like the sound of this.
Nah, it'll be fine.
Gosh.
All right. Well, I'll walk up to the door and I'm gonna open the door. Since somebody doesn't want to go first.
Hang on a second.
Also, who's piloting Gvidas?
That would be me. He gave me
Okay.
instructions.
Got it. Okay.
Why isn't it bugging out on me here? Open settings. Okay, that is really, really buggy. I don't know why that's happening. Okay. Buggy right now. Hang.
My child? What?
Technology.
Hmm.
Pain in the butt.
Yeah, I could see that.
This area right here, and
Aha.
as you guys step into the tavern, let me reveal this area right here too, and reveal the last visible part of this area right here, and voila. There we go. As you guys step into the tavern, you see this great scene before you, as you happen to see off to your left a group of flaming fists downing
I
a
Saipan
nice
one
meal
hard
in
one.
front of them.
Hilo, I hear Delurk Hope game
Over
is
by
going
the
well.
fireplace,
Yo,
you
BLT,
find
thanks so much.
right
Subscribe to your
across
channel for
from
5
an
months.
orcish
5 months. That's crazy. Thank you so much.
talking to one another.
Game's going great, by the way. I saw you were
Down to your
streaming. I
south,
meant
there's a
to
huge
hop in and lurk.
crowd of people,
I'm so sorry.
along with a flaming fist and a banner saying WWT. And straight ahead, you happen to see a familiar face as he steps away from the table. Walks ahead.
I'm gonna call out, and just yell out to him, Zazzy, your champions have returned.
I don't believe my eyes. I can't believe it. Moment there, I almost thought that I saw someone else entering into the tavern, but when I looked around, that gentleman's head, he says as he points back, the person he was sitting with at the table, several people actually. This
Oh,
is-
BLT, I'm so
it's
sorry.
unbelievable. I didn't
I
even
hope
know.
you feel better. I'll be praying for a speedy and quick recovery from whatever ails
This is
you.
the
I'm so
first
sorry.
I've seen actually make it out and come back. This is a momentous occasion. Oh, as he says, he turns to everybody else in the tavern, and he says, "Aye, everybody, listen up, and listen up good, all right? Just listen up good, please." And everything stops for a brief moment, as he then turns to everybody and says, "Listen here. It's been quite
All right.
some time
Thank
since
you
we
for the
sent out
lurk,
group.
BLT. I hope you feel better. Go enjoy your
Simply
laydown.
me, I've been
Bye.
waiting for this opportunity to say this. Returned! Of which you hear shouts of celebration and whatnot coming from a couple tables over. Of course, Dob is still in his conversation over here. Some people being and cheering, and one person, of course, at the back of the room, out of all the bunch, saying,
Huzzah!
Hoorah!
Hoorah.
That's funny.
To which Sazzy says, "For the next hour, in celebration, drinks are on me."
Excellent.
Which everything goes back
I need a
the
drink.
way that it was. Sazzy says, "Oh,
You've got to tell me. You've got to tell me all about it.
Will do, Zazzy.
Over a
And
couple
actually,
of
wait,
drinks,
he
we
pauses,
will.
stops for a moment as he looks back to the rest of the group and he says, hold on a second. He says, he points his finger. He's looking around and almost looks like he's counting people. He says, the tall guy right there. He says he points towards Caldes.
So do I hear this?
Oh,
Yes, he'd be projecting it loud enough. He's pretty boisterous.
wait, I didn't hear what Zazzy had said. Did it say who's the tall guy there?
Yeah, who's the tall elf over there? I thought you had, a squat little lady that was traveling with you.
Unfortunately, she had to go off on her own and go take care of something. We rescued Caldes from Red Jaw's Keep, and he's been following us.
Oh, I see.
I've not been following you. I've been trying to help you guys along this quest and help Gale.
Indeed. Wait, did you say Gale?
Yeah, right over there.
Around, to which
And he points to him.
He'll. Oh, hello. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, we rescued Gale too.
But he and says, he says, "Oh, I recognize him. I recognize this man right here." He says as he puts his arm around his neck and kind of shakes him around a little bit. "This man right here, as well as a couple of others. You see, there was this tall tiefling lady. There was this green lady with pointy ears, and I think a good old Astarian who's in government of this city. These four stopped by our tavern. All hell broke loose 1 year ago. Gave us gold to help restart the tavern. And, of course, help us patch the hole in the roof."
Huh.
Now I remember. Yes, I remember now. You see, after everything happened, we had to stop by some place. And, we were trying to find a tavern that was still mostly intact. And
Fireside, I'm only just now
this
seeing your
tavern, minus the giant
message.
gold roof,
That's funny.
was still available.
Barkeep, fill her up.
Gave us plenty of gold. And then he brought a couple of other friends with him too. And then eventually this place got back up on its feet.
Well, that's good to know.
I'm glad to have helped you and see, obviously, that gold was well spent, as this place is very well back in business. Yes, indeed, indeed. Oh, thank you so much, good sir. Thank you very much. What? While you conversate with them, I'm going to take up on your offer. Well, pretty much. And Gale says as he, on the back, waves off at the resting walk counter over here.
Yeah, no, why is my sword not displaying?
So, I guess Caldes is
remember.
just gonna
Dang it.
walk forward a bit and then kind of just join the group.
Alright, so, if you lot will follow me back to our nice little meeting room over here. There's as he looks for the key specifically to open the door. Let's see here. What? Was this one? No, it was this one. Here we go. And he opens the door. The room is before you. You each step inside, grabbing a seat as Sazzy stands off to the side of the table here.
Hey, get out of my seat.
Kavitas would say, "Oh, I didn't know this was your seat. Does it have your name on it? Oh, that's right. You were here the first time."
Yes, but I just sat down.
You're sitting in my lap. Get out.
I'm just saying, I got here first.
Oh my gosh.
Kavitas checks toss you out of his lap. But okay.
Hello.
Amelia, are you there?
No.
Where are you anyway? Oh, there you are. Good gravy.
There she is.
Teleported.
Excellent.
Not kidding, I wish.
So Sassy would look around at the group and he says, "So, tell me, how did everything go?"
Well, it went well, Zazzy. We made our way to Redjaw's Keep, made a friend of a goblin along the way, killed a bunch of sleeping goblins, made an enemy with a man with a mustache, and we killed Redjaw and his two wizards, and freed a whole bunch of slaves, and led an entire rebellion, all within the span of what seemed like months.
He'd just be writing the stuff down. He's just like, "Oh, goodness, interesting man with the." Did you get a name with the man with the mustache?
Oh, wait, I think so. Hold on, I'm sifting through my my pack for my letter. Oh yeah, his name was Remy.
He says, he pauses for a moment and says, "His name wouldn't have been Root, would
His name wouldn't have been what?
Remy LeBoot?"
Yes, that was his name.
Oh no, not him. Oh, goodness. Wonder why you came across the likes of him. All of word comes to this tavern, but that was public knowledge. Remy LeBoot was a little bit of a troublemaker, you see. He got in trouble with all the wrong people, including planting a few stink bombs in the Archduke's dining hall. And more importantly, when a few high-profile visitors came into town.
Well,
So-
I have personal interest in ripping his mustache off his face.
Well, it's gonna be hard finding him. He runs a group of mercenaries called the Merry Men. Type that
You've got an
in chat.
obsession.
Oh, really? An obsession like you with Gale?
I'm trying to get him to train me. Mine has purpose.
Yeah, mine has purpose too.
Oh my.
To steal a mustache?
No. It's more than just the mustache. The mustache is for me to give to Gabo. I'm going to destroy this man.
So,
Is he cutting out for you guys?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
just me?
He's been doing this.
hello,
All right, you're good now.
hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Freaking tech issues. Anyways, Sassy would look at the rest of the group and say, "So, did you turn in your quest already?"
We did, yes. We spoke to Master Sergeant Gunther at the Gunther at the bridge, and he gave us some gold, and I believe we should have enough now to purchase Crimson Keep.
And Sassy would scratch his head. He said, "Purchase? Who said about purchasing? I said I'd give
Sorry.
it to you guys if you completed it."
I thought we were I thought we were renting it or purchasing it, or we needed a certain amount of gold.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, there is a little bit of a monthly tax that is given to any residents who reside within the keep. Of course, we get a discount because
Your
of
funny fire
me
shot.
and my guild's efforts.
The
He
Lorax.
says he,
I'm the
he
Lorax. I
looks at
speak
his
for the
nails and
trees.
Scratches them upon his chest. You know, kind of like we were something of a group.
Interesting.
Yes. You guys will have control over the Crimson Keep. That is, once we get you guys signed up for it. I mean, we're gonna have to take you there, sign the deed. Hopefully the simulacrum doesn't kill you on sight.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Excuse me, what exactly are you talking about?
So, we, now deceased guild mates, they made a simulacrum as a kind of like a joke
poking at our former guild master, Derringer. An exact copy of him, with a few details that were changed, of course, to poke fun at him. The only thing is, it's a complete
CCR
and
starts
exact
playing.
replica of him. Very strong paladin, mind you. To which Gavitus's ears perk up. Wait a minute, I don't think you mentioned that he was a paladin. Oh yeah. He's a paladin. He was a paladin of some order of knights, and they've gone about and done their thing now. He's a paladin of Tyr. But anyhow, yes, Crimson Keep is now yours. Of course, when you put your name on the dotted line, you got to sign the guild roster first in order to actually be counted on the deed. Because the deed is included with the guild roster and everything, because when we acquired it, all we had was the deed, but then we attached it. Anyway, it's a whole process and everything, a whole bunch of red tape, but we've already gone through that already. So all you got to do is put your name on the dotted line when we get there. But also, this is fantabulous news. You know, when
Do
I
the
first
trees
got
eat
this necklace,
pho?
I wasn't sure it was going
Welcome
to
in,
work,
Wubbajack.
Sending tokens out to random people. One group comes in, and they're a bunch of dwarves, a bunch of angry dwarves at that. Another group comes in, they almost tear up the place. Dolb has to kick them out the hard way. Another group comes in, and all blind.
Interesting. Where is Dob, by the way?
And he says, Dolb's... well, hopefully he's done chatting up with his new lady friend that he met just a day or so ago.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been telling him he needs to move on from Kaja, you know? I understand that they had a very close relationship, but she's been dead for quite some time now. He needs to move on. Needs to stop drinking himself under the tables, what he needs to stop doing.
Where's the what was the name of the squirrel? Because Fate's gonna be interested in chatting with the squirrel and offering some nuts.
Are you asking Sassy, or are you asking...
Yes. Well, so I'm asking you, the DM, as to what the name of the squirrel was, because Fate will be interested in that.
Name was Scratch.
Scratch. All right. So then Fate's gonna ask about the well-being of Scratch and where Scratch would be.
So let me see if I can find a token real quick, because I don't think I have a squirrel token. Just
Uh-huh.
found a let me see if I can find something that can act as a substitution. Actually, hold on a second. Let me see.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a weasel?
It's all coming together.
Weasel's close enough. Yeah, here we go.
Squeaker,
As,
squeaking, squeakity squeak.
mentions, as he begins to mention of the name Scratch, wait, is the token actually popping in? I'm on.
There it is.
technology.
Oh. Oh, what a squirrel. A squirrel rogue.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. Weasel comes. Not Weasel. This is Scratch. Hang on.
Okay.
This is totally Scratch. Totally not a Weasel. Scratch. There we go. Hey, come on, please work for me. There you go. Right. Save settings. Plug the. Let me move the charge back. There we go. All right. So Scratch, upon hearing his name, comes skittering into the room. He goes like skittering back and forth, and then he runs. He runs around the table. He does a lap. He runs up Sazzy's side, up through his shirt, out one of the sleeves, jumps on Amelia, jumps on the table, and then runs over to Fate, running around just like ADHD squirrel.
All right,
Wait,
so
he jumped on me? Oh
He
my
he
jumped
God.
jumps
across
on your
you.
shoulder and then
yeah.
jumps across you, jumps on the table, and then runs over to Fate and runs on her shoulder, standing on the
All right.
side.
So
I have
Fate's
a look
gonna
of clear annoyance on my face. That's for sure.
Fate's gonna cast Speak with Animals and ask Scratch how Scratch is doing, and if he would like some nuts.
That's
Well,
nuts,
Scratch
bro.
says.
That's nuts. That's a lot of nuts.
Scratch says, yes, doing fine. Dob just distracted.
The big lug was distracted.
Mm.
He enjoys whatever the tavern leaves behind. You know, anything left on the bowls, and he says, "I smell something. I smell something on you. Oh, it smells so good."
So Fate's gonna give him a little nuzzle and then set him down on the table and then put a pile of nuts in front of him.
And Scratch, seeing this complete flight of fancy in front of him, this pile of delicacies, he looks back at her and he looks back at the table and he's like, and he starts doing a dance. He starts darting back and forth. He jumps on Caldez's shoulder, runs behind his neck, and jumps back on the table. He runs behind Agnar, jumps on his shoulder, from shoulder here. He's just going crazy. Gavitas is like, okay, calm down now, and just jumps back on the table. He says, stay right here, I'll be back. Just darting out past you, through the crack in the door, out into the bar area, and disappears.
Okay. Well, that was interesting.
Looking at the rest of the group, Sassy goes, "Oh, yeah, Scratch has been a little bit on edge. I guess I don't know what you've been saying to him, but I don't speak squirrel. But he's been waiting for you lot to come back, I guess."
He did seem very excited.
Caldez thinks something in his head and then decides not to say it.
It's probably for the best.
Okay.
And
Just for funsies, I'll tell you guys, but he does not say this out loud.
All
He
right.
says,
Okay.
I don't know what he's saying, I don't speak squirrel. Caldez was about to say he could have fooled me, but he decided not to. Because of his position that this guy is in.
That's funny.
Sassy will say, tell you what, alright. I've, well...
Fireshot,
I
yeah,
would
it's probably
say
a
I have
Texas
transport
Roadhouse.
To the keep set up for you, but
Oh.
our bartender, Jareth, he took our horse and cart away to the farmer's market in order to get more meat and vegetables and whatnot for the kitchen. So, do you have any means of carting us all up there?
Well, I know that Gale could probably help us out if he'd be willing.
I mean, did you take up that offer that I gave you on the horse and cart?
I'm sorry, refresh my memory.
Is he talking about the cart that we took with all of the treasure chests and stuff?
Bingo.
Yes, we have a horse and a cart.
Excellent. Right. Hold on a second. Let me go get the keys and let me go see if Dobbs, not so, as he does air quotes, preoccupied with his lady friend. And also give me some time to write all this down right here. Oh, so good. Finally, we get to hand off the keep to someone else.
Yo, Tony, welcome in.
It's
You
just
doing
been
okay?
sitting there for some time. Me and Dob been dusting the place and keeping it pristine. We've got our own spaces here in Baldur's Gate now. Tell you what, you lot can, mull about the tavern as you like. I'm gonna go see if we're ready.
Emotional Tony has
Alright.
appeared. I'm so sorry, Tony. I hope you feel
Let
better.
us know.
Goes moseying off into the tavern, goes behind the bar and disappears into the background.
So when do you guys think that we'd be able to just go out and check things out on our own? There's a few errands that I have to run.
Probably after we're done here, you can go about the town.
Alrighty, sounds good to me.
So we're allowed to leave this room, yes?
No.
He said you could mull about the tavern as you wish.
Okay.
To anybody that you wish to conversate, see what's going on.
I need a drink.
Same. I'm gonna share a drink with Fate.
Vetus is going to walk over here to this promotion over here, where a gentleman at the front of the group is giving a very, very, very interesting speech to this crowd around him.
All right. I'm gonna get my drink and then I'll walk over and listen in as well, and so will Fate.
What's
Like, our
Yeah,
guards
they-
there.
Oh, y'all can go ahead and do that, I guess. As if I guess they're all kind of everybody's gathering over there.
Yes.
Okay.
And you see Gale. He takes another swig. You actually see it appears, Caldez, that he's talking to himself.
He's gonna come over to the side,
He's crazy.
and he's just gonna be like, "Who you talking to?"
As you walk around the other side of him, you need to make a perception check.
Everybody?
No,
No,
just
just-
Cal
No,
does.
just Caldez.
Da. Is that good
Oh.
enough, sir?
Day 17. You notice that his eyes are shining brightly and completely white, like a luminescent white, as he appears to be in conversation. And as you listen in, he isn't in conversation with himself. He appears to be in conversation with somebody else. He's sitting there speaking. He goes, No. You said that these are the ones, right? Okay. You want me to...
You cut out. Did you say go with them?
He said to... he's speaking with somebody. He says, you want me to address them.
Oh, address
All
them.
right, I
Gotcha.
will. When we're alone? Not amongst the crowds. All right. I'll talk to them then about it. Until then, please keep me updated. Yes. And he says as he see him scratch his beard for a moment as he's pondering about something.
Or did his eyes return to normal?
No. His eyes are still shining.
Demon!
As, he then continues his conversation and says, "We'll find out what we can. Hopefully they can help us find the shards. I love you too." And as he finishes that last statement, his eyes return back to normal. He blinks a few times as he stares down at the mug before him, takes a swig, and then turns off to his right. And as he does, I'm going to roll a d20.
Huh? Oh no.
Oh!
He spits his ale all over you in surprise.
Oh!
Completely shocked that you literally just hovering
Please,
over him. He just-
please tell me I got to see it.
I don't think you
mean,
did.
unless
You're
you
too preoccupied by the
Dang it!
If you were you're preoccupied by the gentleman speaking before you and the crowd before you, as well as Fate standing right beside you, you wouldn't have been able to see it or hear it because you're a good enough distance away.
Ah! I definitely would have laughed.
Caldez, you are now covered in spit and ale.
He is just going to be like, he's gonna be extremely unamused and now dripping with like ale, and he's gonna sigh.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
Oh man, your
And then
hero
he's
just
going
spit
to
ale all over you.
say, "Sorry for the intrusion. I was just coming by to talk to you. Do you perchance have a spell that can just clean me up?"
And Gale says, "Tell you what, hang on just a moment," says as he looks over at you, slight grin on his face, tapping his fingers, and as he does so, this wave comes over you. As it comes over the top of your head in a circle and down over your form, and as it does, as it sweeps over you, the smell of ale leaves your immediate person. You look down. You could brush your hands over your chest and over any part of your body that was covered in ale previously and find yourself dry.
Okay, do I know what spell that is? Based on the way I've worked with the Candlekeep and being a wizard, do I know what type of spell that is?
You would know this is something that Gale would have concocted on his own. As wizards study various spells, they're able to maybe even dabble into a little bit of spellcraft.
Okay. Caldas is gonna be like, look at himself, look at his arms and stuff, and he's like, that's amazing. The smell's even gone. What? Okay, you have to tell me, what spell is that? Did you make it yourself?
And Gale says, no. I have a friend of mine that taught me about it. And he says he kind of rolls his eyes at the mention of said friend. He goes,
Just in case someone spits ale on you.
Yes, he's an old friend of mine and a very, very old friend of Mistra's. You probably might recognize the name of Elminster.
Do I recognize that name?
You
Would
can
I
roll a
recognize
history check with advantage.
Okay.
I'll bear back. I'm gonna step away for just a second.
Okey-doke.
But you're cutting out. I can't hear you.
Name Elminster is common knowledge.
Okay.
Elminster is a wizard, a human wizard that has been alive for over 1,200 years.
Oh, okay. And he just said he learned the spell from him?
Yes, he said that he learned this simple spell from him.
What? How do you know him?
And Gale would say, well, not only my relationship with Mistra, but I've also been to Candlekeep from time to time. Also, in your time at Candlekeep, you would recognize the name of Elminster, and only recognize, of course, you were told to hold your position, you weren't able to speak with him in person. But you would know that an entourage of sages and other wizards would immediately swarm him as soon as he teleported in to Candlekeep.
How does he go anywhere? By the way, when I was watching Candlekeep, he would always get swarmed the moment he arrived.
Well, being a member of Candlekeep in and of itself, and being a hero of the realm multiple times, I dare say, he has the capability to walk the plains with ease.
I see. So, you learned the spell from him. Like, you think that there'd be any way that you could teach it to me?
And Gale says, yes, in due time, but we have other matters to attend to first, before that.
Well, yes, of course. Also, sorry, I wasn't trying to eavesdrop. I don't usually expect people to be conversating, with people that aren't here. So, I don't exactly know what was going on, but hopefully it wasn't too serious.
He says, well, it is a very serious matter at hand. Of course, I'll have to speak more as he says to his he looks over his shoulder to his left and to his right. As he says he looks back at you, I'll have to inform you and the others as soon as we're away from the general public.
Ah, alright then. Well, when you're ready, just let us know. I can always go get the others if you need.
He says, will do.
And then he called us.
Looks back.
Okay, go ahead.
He looks back down in his mug of ale and takes another swig.
Okay, and we can go ahead and kind of stop our encounter there, as they were probably all doing stuff, because I was going to walk over, but I figured we are doing all this during what they're doing.
Yes, so while that conversation is going on, over here, this very vocal gentleman over here will begin his conversation as he says over the rest of the group, ladies and gentlemen of Baldur's Gate, warriors of renowned wizards, sorcerers, druids, I invite you to come to Waterdeep to the Game of Champions, the Waterdeep Warrior Tournament, the WWT, says as he waves his hands above him. And this is an epic effort of undertaking. This has been held every year in Waterdeep, and the best and brightest come to the great city of Waterdeep to celebrate
to fight, to bash each other's faces in with a smile, and to win the ultimate prize, to be crowned the WWT champion for one solid year, of course, and to win the prize of 24,000 gold.
I'm in.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you, even you, yes, you, as he begins pointing at everybody, and as you say, I'm in, he points even to you, Aldi, and he says, yes, even you, good sir, yes. All of you have a chance to win, of course. Here's how the tournament is structured. The tournament is structured in such a way there are 4 separate stadiums. The fine wizards there of Waterdeep have organized and created this incredibly arcanically infused stadium to compete in. You will compete in stages of 4 arenas, 25 competitors per arena. In each arena, you'll be fighting 1 versus 1 against another person of random choosing. You may even be fighting against your own friends, he says as he looks over the crowd. Yes, you too can become a champion. You too can be the last person standing. And of course, you'll have to fight against our current WWT champion, the reigning, defending, undisputed, 4-time WWT champion, Iron Pyre, Thurman Firemane.
Is that this dude?
No. He is not currently there. As he says, he points back at this poster, and on this poster you see a drawn figure of a bald man with a stunning orc woman standing right beside him, holding on to him very affectionately as he stands there with both hands raised in the air, mug in one hand and the WWT belt in the other hand. Basically, to give you guys a description, he's basically the cast-cut image of Stone Cold Steve Austin with barbarian wear.
He doesn't look so tough.
And, wait, are you saying that out loud?
Oh yeah, I'm saying that out loud.
So, as the rest of the group then turns to you, everybody else sitting at the table, and they're like, the orc in front of you says, "Do you not know who Iron Pyre is? A 4-time champion. That man has curb stomped, stunned, wrestled every single champion imaginable all across the realms. He's traveled the plains and wrestled people. He's beaten the best and brightest, even other Dragonborn like you." And another person from the back also says, "You should have seen him last year. The way that he handled that wizard. The wizard spawned multiple versions of himself, casting and creating multiple simulacrums. He still beat them all, single-handedly."
He's never fought somebody like me before, though.
And the orc in front of you just says, "Didn't you hear what I just bloody said? He fought another Dragonborn. The
I
man
heard
was
you.
Big, I tell you."
But I don't
says
fight
he
like other
reaches up-
Dragonborn.
He says as he points at your arm and pokes at your arm, and he says, "He had bigger muscles than you, sir. They were bigger than your skull."
I'm a lot stronger than I look.
Didn't you
And,
hear him? He literally said he's not like them.
Agnar, I'll need you to make a perception check.
Oh, no.
This is why I'm strong and silent.
Where was that perception check? There it is.
Yes, perception check.
God dang it!
Dang it.
So, even with the 6, it's not a very high check. The room isn't obscured. It's very well lit. Amongst the paraphernalia and posters you see strewn about, behind this very vocal gentleman, you see posters of various competitors who have already signed up for the tournament. One of said competitors you recognize as the master of your monastery.
Ooh.
Okay, the timing on that was actually immaculate. Holy crap.
Yeah,
you
it was.
controlled that?
Wait, what?
Trolley, what?
No, the moment you said like that you recognized that the guy was the master and monastery, everything like the sunscape just quieted down to silence.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't plan that. I didn't plan that at all. That was just perfect timing.
That's like twice. This is like twice now this session. I'm scared.
So yeah, you recognize the image of your master on one of the posters, as well as several other apprentices around him.
Agdar thinks to himself, or I guess he says it quietly, you know, under his breath. I haven't seen them in years at this point.
I'm gonna look over at Agnar
So-
and give kind of a nod, like we should totally sign up.
Emilia, I'll also need you to make a perception check.
Bro.
Wow.
Gonna roll a 1.
Wow.
You're gonna roll a 1.
She's just like, why am I even here, bro?
She just wants to dabble in whatever pendant thing she has. That's all she wants to do.
Yeah,
No,
you didn't even get to do that last session, even though you told me that's what you wanted to do. We never got that far.
Here you
Oh.
go.
With
Wow.
a 22.
Oh, that's huge.
With the 22 upon the posters, you notice various sponsors such as various taverns and inns from within Waterdeep, and being from Waterdeep yourself, you also happen to notice a particular sponsor that you recognize, one that causes a cold sweat to emit before you upon your very form.
I grab the piece of paper and look at it a little more closely and examine it.
And I'm going to privately message you this so nobody else can see this. Hang on. Over
Ooh,
Discord.
secrets.
Secrets are no fun unless they are for everyone.
That's crazy work. Oh, shut
Yo, I was
up.
not expecting that voice to come out of.
I didn't want it. I didn't want to hear all that. Okay.
Alright. Celestium, if you look at your DMs, you'll understand why.
Darn it. I crumple up the piece of paper and I don't know if I can do this out of turn. I don't know if I know I have the sacred flame ability, but
You've got the sticks.
I turn it into ashes, just like with a flick of the
You
wrist.
could
Turns into ashes.
you could easily do so. Gavitas would turn his head at the bright light suddenly like flashing by, and he was like, what was that?"
Don't worry about it.
Ooh, upset
And then-
Amelia. This is
And
new.
then she goes back to the bar. She grabs another drink.
Bruh.
Goodness.
The gentleman before you would then walk up before the rest of the group, and so everyone would say, "So, which of you would be willing to sign up to take on the Iron Pyre himself and claim the WD Championship, the 24,000 gold? Would it be yours? Would it be yours? Would it be yours?" And he says he looks over to you guys, pointing in a wave across the bunch of you. "Would it be yours? You could sign up today."
I'll sign up.
All right, so this is not a free process, let me tell you that. When you
It
do
still won't
arrive
let me
in the
type,
city,
but please let our
you
friends
will
know
need
that
to
I'm very
pay
sorry I
25
couldn't be
gold
there.
per person. Now, there are rates.
Don't
let me
worry,
just tell
Kitty.
you,
I've
there are
already
rates
conveyed that.
for guilds. If you are a guild, then use the guild rate to sign up. Guild rate would be cheaper. If you are signing up as a guild, it will be 125 gold.
Yeah, we're a guild.
Really? As he says, he walks over to you. What guild would you be a part of? He says as he pulls out this clipboard.
You would ask that, wouldn't you? I don't remember what name we chose for our group.
Wasn't it like the misfit? I don't
Yeah,
know.
something about the Merciful Misfits or
The
something. I
Merciful
forgot.
Misfits, yeah.
Yes. Yes. It was the Merciful Misfits.
Yeah, that's it. So
Even in her second ale, Amelia is able to recall it.
we're the Merciful Misfits.
And he flips through his clipboard as he looks through all the guilds that he knows of thus far.
Thank you.
He
I
says,
love you.
It seems that this
I love you too, Kitty.
guild that you're referring to, is it a new guild, perchance?
Yes, we're brand new. We just formed.
You just oh, wow. Goodness. Well, this wouldn't be the first time this happened, he says as he snaps his fingers and a floating quill and inkwell appears before him. As he grabs the quill, dips it in the inkwell, and begins writing on the paper. Merciful Misfits. Okay. Can you tell me the names of your guildmates?
Sure. I'm Aldian. Beside me is my lovely wife, Fate. The half-intoxicated female over there is Amelia. The wizard chatting up the other wizard at the bar is Caldez, and we have... I'm going to put my hand on Gvidas' shoulder and go, this is Gvidas, and behind him is our strong and silent monk,
Agnar.
Agnar, that's it.
It'd be funny if you turned to him and be like, what's your name again?
Well, he never talks. Listen, it's better than you, Caldez. You're like, oh, the red one.
Alright, so I've got your names listed and signed up. By the way, the gold price in and of itself, the 125 gold, that is for several reasons. One, for safety and security around the stadiums. That is to pay for that because safety in Waterdeep. The city of Waterdeep is not responsible for this public event, so we're having to hire private security in order to guard the event. The gold pricing is also for lodging and for food as well, so you won't have to worry about going outside of... not going too far outside of an inn in order to find food and, more importantly, to find shelter. And the gold pricing is also for life insurance.
Excellent.
So
all right.
yes, if you do happen to perish at any point in time in the tournament, we are not to be held responsible, and you will have an insurance policy to bring you back with a scroll of Revivify, not with a scroll of True Resurrection. We can't afford that.
I was carrying everyone's pooled gold, so you can use it to pay for whatever you need.
And that is
All right.
only if somebody disobeys the rules and somehow ends up unaliving you.
Doesn't
Okay.
sound really bad right about now, but
So Fate's gonna step forward and pay the fee.
She's gonna pay the 125.
Yep. Well, because she was holding on to everybody's pooled gold, and I would assume the chest with the 3,000 gold is still on the cart. So
Yes. So with that, this gentleman would accept the gold into his.
Yo,
into his
welcome
bag.
in,
It seems
Armor.
That he's holding like a pretty deep bag. He's able to fit all this gold in there without it making too much noise. As he's able to take in the gold and writes down something
in
right
my notes
next
part,
to
not my actual
your names
inventory.
on the guild list that he just filled out for you. Is okay? Yes. Ah, here you go. He rips off a piece of paper and hands it to you. He says, "This right here is your entry ticket. Do not lose this ticket, all right? We will have your names written down, but the ticket is for sure guaranteed to get you past security and into the event itself."
yeah, I got it, Kitty. I'll work it out. Also, I've been bonked.
can we go already?
What's eating you?
Let's just say there's someone I hope I don't see.
And
Okay.
the local gentleman will say, "Thank you very much. By the way, my name is Chance McMahon. It's nice to meet you."
A pleasure is mine, Chance McMahon.
and he'll then bow to you and then turn to the rest of the group. All right, so who else signed up? And you see multiple hands go up, as well as several other people leaving the.
All right, Raven.
Not
I hope you
even
feel
willing to
better.
sign up once they found out they'd be facing against Iron.
Also,
Fire
Fireshot. That's funny.
at the end of the tournament. So with that being said, do you happen to
Thank you.
see
Gonna
a happy
lurk
little
now.
squirrel
Best of luck
run up
to our group.
Fate with
I love
something
you.
in his mouth?
Thanks for
as
the
he
alert,
comes
Kitty. I
running
appreciate it.
forward. And as he comes across the room, he's in between Amelia's legs and climbs right up Fate's leg, up her back, and onto her shoulder.
And
In
then,
his mouth,
okay.
he's holding a bottle with a swirling liquid inside, and he holds it out in front of him.
Fate's gonna look at him and go, "Oh, what's this?" And she takes the bottle.
He lets go of it, and as he's talking with her, he says, "Found it in their stash. It was from their old adventuring days. They keep stuff in a chest over here."
Okay, so me, Aldian, I'm gonna be looking it over. Would I be able to recognize what type of potion it would be?
Let's see.
Oh yeah, give him the
Is-
pecans I got for Scratch.
I did.
Need you to.
Don't worry, Kitty.
roll
I'm taking good care of
your
role-playing your character.
proper- I would say
He was super
Roll
excited
survival
about it, and you gave him a good nuzzle, and then gave him the nuts.
either survival or medicine.
Okay. So I need to roll for survival or medicine.
Correct.
Okay. Where's survival at?
Underneath your persuasion.
Oh, okay.
Thank you
All right.
for
Well,
that
they're both
shine
the
up.
same for me, so we'll go with medicine. Ah, crap.
So with an 11, you would note that this is a potion of some sorts that involves healing, but you're not entirely sure. Not exactly
Welcome
a
in, Nurse Firewife and family. I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I was talking to my chat.
You're not exactly a doctor. You're not able to identify directly what this potion is.
Okay.
You know that it's something that heals of some sorts.
I
Okay.
could
Not
check,
quite sure what it is.
if anything, right? What would that be, medicine?
Yeah.
Yes,
Medicine or
it'd be
survival?
medicine.
Let's see, which one? I can't read these letters, they're so small.
Well, that ought to do it.
With a 23. Ilya, you're able to, even in your drunken state, you go, "That's clearly a potion of regeneration. Silly."
Ooh.
So yes, it is a potion of regeneration. So this potion of regeneration is not a hunting potion of regeneration. It's a low-functioning potion of regeneration. Speaking in gaming terms, she would describe to you, potion, drank it, say you're in combat and you drank it, you would regain 1d4 health every single turn for 10 turns straight. It's potion.
Okay.
Dang.
All right. So Fate is going to look at Scratch and thank him for the potion, and then put it away in her pack. All right. And
So that is now in her pack, and Scratch, he'll then just nuzzle her cheek and then scurry away down her back through the door here where the pile of nuts that you left behind was.
all right.
Across the
Bro, I
Across
want
the
that I
tavern.
want that cleaning spell so badly.
tavern,
tavern, you see Sassy walking past this one barmaid as she goes walking back, delivering an order to another table. You see Sassy walking out and passing by you, Caldez. Excuse me, sorry. Walks over to the side over here.
Okay.
And walks over to Dob and talks to him, catching his attention. Dob then briefly turns to him and they conversate for a little bit across the room. You can't hear what exactly is going on, what's transpiring, but gives a nod, pats him on the shoulder, and waves at him as he walks away. And over here to the rest of the group. Says, all right. So, listen up. Dob's not going to be coming with us. He's going to be staying here with his lady friend, and also I need somebody to watch the tavern. I didn't even think about that. In my excited state. So, he's going to stay here at the tavern. Meanwhile, we are going to go to the Crimson Keep.
Oh, right. I forgot. So Hero needs to take off because it's 5:15.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta go now.
All right. Have a great day, dude.
Take care.
Yeah, man. Bye bye.
Dude, have a good race.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, have fun racing. Is he racing or is he watching a race?
I don't
Or
know.
Working at a race.
He didn't specify. I think he's in the race. I don't know.
As he looks on at the rest of the group, he then says, so, he holds the key with him, jangling off to his side. You guys ready to claim a keep?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Very drunken. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not really over there, so.
Caldez, we're leaving.
Hurry up, you
But as he
babbling
says
wizard.
that, he's going to turn to Gale and say, "Oh, seems like it's time for us to leave. Do you want to have us all gather before we head out?"
And Gale says, oh, no. He says he pushes away from the stool in front of him, dropping some gold on the counter.
You said no?
There's no need. I'll follow the rest of you. In
Okay.
just a moment.
So I guess he's gonna head over with Gale.
I'm gonna turn to Gale and go, Gale, good news. We're going to Waterdeep next.
Gale says, oh, excellent. Well, a nice return home, but I don't think I'm going to be with you lot to Waterdeep just yet. Or even
Okay.
going to Waterdeep just yet. I have some errands, but first, well, I'll address you lot when we get away from here, away from the public here.
Understood.
He needs to talk to us about something, so let's get going.
Waiting on you.
He's literally right here. What?
I said we were waiting on you. Now you're here.
Then let's go.
It's always
right.
the babbling wizards, isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
Since when do you speak?
Come on, Amelia. Come get in the cart.
Since when do you speak? Oh, gosh.
I'll turn you to ashes if you say one more thing, wizard.
Oh my gosh. And Caldez is starting beef with literally everyone in the party.
Grief. At this point in
All he
time,
does
you
is
guys
exist.
At this point in time, all you guys are going to be ready to pummel him when the tournament.
Yeah, probably. It was like, good. We're looking at the tournament like matchings. It's like, which one of us is fighting Caldez?
What match? What are you talking about?
We all signed up for a tournament, Caldez.
Oh, you guys have fun with that.
Nope, you're in it part of it too, because you're part of the guild.
You signed me up for a tournament?
I sure did. I signed all of us up.
You signed us all up. You're not special, you know?
I don't do hand-to-hand fighting. What type of tournament is
It's not hand to hand. It's just dueling.
Yes.
I'm not exactly a duelist.
Well, don't worry,
You better
Caldes.
learn.
We'll make a duelist out of you yet.
Make a man out of you.
Caldes just sighs. And then he's gonna just be like, well, what are we waiting on? Let's go.
So with
All right,
that,
Zazzy, our cart's just outside.
Alright, sweet. But gather inside as you go about the city. You make your way through the cobbled streets. As you go down the streets, you happen to notice a crowd gathering around what appears to be a scared little boy on a box. And as he stands there, you happen to hear people arguing. I'll need each of you to make a perception check as you pass by.
Yeah.
Okay. What was that?
Oh, my bad. That's my phone.
Heck yeah.
Perception.
19. Makes sense. Amelia is not the most... She's a bit intoxicated.
Ah, crap.
Yes, Amelia rolling with disadvantage because of your drunken state.
Huh.
Lower the
Perception.
numbers. Okay, so that roll right there is for Gavitas.
The second roll was for Fate.
So with the 19, Elias, you would see this little boy. You'd point him out as you're sitting right next to Gavitas in the cart. And Gavitas would look over. He says, wait a minute, I recognize that boy. This would be the child that Gavitas encountered when he initially came into the city. He's no longer in the ragged attire that he was prior. He's now in nicer looking attire as he's standing on this box, looking as these two groups angrily argue with each other. And with that 19, Caldes, you would also happen to hear the crowd arguing back and forth over whether or not Asterion should be hung in the gallows newly built outside the courthouse. They're also angry. Completely and utterly angry.
Asterion.
Asterion.
Who is that?
He's one of the heroes of Baldur's Gate. He's a he's a vampire, technically, like a ward. And he was one of the heroes of Baldur's Gate that stopped the Absolute.
So, they're saying to hang him?
Yeah, they're saying because he's being put on trial. From what you guys have heard from Phineas, when you saved him, he mentioned briefly of a trial that Asterion was being put on for. He's being tried for high treason, but on what counts you don't exactly know. All you know is that the city is completely and utterly divided. You hear some of the people argue that they can't even make it on their trips to Eltergard. They can't travel north to Waterdeep. They can't travel anywhere because Flaming Fists are being kept off the roads and being kept in the city for political reasons. They're afraid that a riot would break out at any moment, depending on what the outcome of this case is.
Caldes is going to turn to Gale and he's going to ask, do you know what's going on?
Gale will shake his head and he says, I knew Asterion. I knew him to be a troublemaker, but I knew that he got into a position within the city that, well, he said he would turn a new leaf, and hearing what these people are saying, he might have turned back to his old ways. I don't know.
I guess Caldes is going to go... he's going to actually ask Aldian, he's going to say, should we try to figure this out? Does this matter to us? He said the people are saying that they can't go to Waterdeep.
Yeah, that's where we're headed next. We're going to be investigating why no one's able to travel the roads between here and Waterdeep.
Or Eltergard. Or
Yeah, or
anywhere else.
Eltergard.
Some people mention that they've been held there from going to Candlekeep because the roads were considered too dangerous. There are no guards on the roads. People
Yeah,
are
we're going to
yelling
be
back and
investigating
forth,
this.
And the crowds are ramping up more and more. Gavita stands up and says, Stop the cart. And the cart stops on the road right there as he hops out with a shield in hand and says, all of you, stop crowding this little boy. What are you even thinking? And a lot of them then turned to him and said, aye, he's the one that started it. This little brat right here is peddling fake news from that idiotic so-called newsletter, the Tome of Truth.
I'm gonna hop off the cart as well and get between Gvidas and this angered gentleman and put my hand on his chest and kind of shove him backwards.
Hey, what's the meaning of this?
You will hold your tongue and quiet yourself. You do not need to show such anger towards us.
Yeah, I need you to make an intimidation check.
Yeah, sure. That enough?
With the 19, this guy, he holds his hands up to each of his sides. He goes, okay, mean business. He says as he looks about you, the armor on you, the weapons at your side. He backs off a little bit. All right. And some of the others begin murmuring amongst each other, and boy runs through this crowd, through the split in the crowd, runs up to Gavitas, says, "Thank you," and looks over to you, and says, thank you very much. I was just hired on. I was just told to deliver these newsletters to people, and people are so mean and angry. Mr. Tomes just told me to deliver these newsletters and tell people about what news there is out there, and I just wanted to get the gold to earn some gold, to earn a living. And he starts breaking down in tears. Some of the members of the crowd still have scowls about their faces as they look scornfully on this kid, and the other members of the crowd who were arguing with the others look with sympathy. You can tell the crowd is almost split evenly.
I'm gonna kneel down and I'm gonna ask the kid, how much were you supposed to be paid?
And he says, well, I'm still getting my gold. It's just I keep getting... These people keep crowding around me and yelling at me and telling me that I'm selling... It's just fake words and trying to take the paper away from me. And
how much were you supposed to be paid for today?
He said, well, I'm supposed to be paid 10 gold.
Okay. I'm gonna reach into my pack and I'm gonna give him 5 gold and tell him to go home.
I can put the other 5 if you'd like.
That's up to you.
Yeah. Let me give my... how much gold do I have?
As they're all doing that, I've got a question. We're heading out, right?
Yeah, we're fixing to go to Crimson Keep, but we're not leaving Baldur's Gate yet. Like, we're just going to Crimson Keep. You'll still have access to the city.
Cool. So yeah, because I was like, if we're leaving, I'm like, I don't want to leave yet. I got stuff to do.
No. You are currently... Hold on a second. Where the ampersand token is on this map, you guys are currently... You've moved from the Daunted Drunkard up the road here, and you're almost towards Basilisk Gate over here when you guys stopped.
Okay. So so Amelia and I are gonna pay this kid the 10 gold and just I'm just gonna look at him and go home. The tensions are too high right now.
Exactly.
And he says, thank you very much. And he says, as he reaches to his side, he says, here, you can have this, as he hands you one of the newsletters that he had been selling to everyone else. It should be popping up now in your journals, labeled Asterian Article.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the journal is the little, not the second tab, but...
yeah, it's the book.
So, okay.
It's the book with the sparkles on it.
Yeah.
Got it.
See a appearing in your inventory now, saying Asterian Article. At the top of this article, of this newsletter, it says The Tome of Truth. Title is Free Asterian, written by Malexander Tomes. Asterian, hero of the gate, advisor to Archduke Older Ravengard, murderer and kidnapper? These last few weeks have been tenuous for the gate. Crazy even to imagine a famed hero of the gate to be charged with such crimes, and I believe he has been set up. Ever since he has attained his position beside the greatest of archdukes,
Elder Ravengard. He has proven himself time and time again to be a champion of the people. Using his connections from a former life, Asterion hunted down the individuals responsible for the Cult of the Absolute having such ease in infiltrating one of the greatest cities on the Sword Coast. He also managed to reduce the general crime rate in the city by half, and through the crackdown imposed months ago, which there are plenty of critics of, routed out major criminal organizations, including that of the Zentarum. Say what you will, but my sources tell me he is being framed, set up for a game of chess between the major power brokers and players in our proud kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is being put forth as a sacrifice by a potent cabal, or maybe a very potent individual who wants only more money and power, and nothing will stop them until Asterion is out of the picture.
J. Jonah Jameson, is that you?
This is Alexander Jones.
Oh, okay.
Stand by our hero. And if you have any information or want to find out more about the case from the best place to find coverage, then stop by our printing shop located in Heapside, down from Sorceress Sundries. Bless the gate. Bless Asterion. For the people.
So the crowd is still around us, yes?
Crowd is still around you, but yeah, they're still around you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't think I want to say anything and possibly incite a riot of 50%.
Yeah, the little boy, he hands you the newsletter, thanks you for the gold, hugs each of you as he then turns away, grabs the crate that he had full of other newsletters, and tries to find his way through the crowd, the friendlier crowd that allows him to make way through.
Got it.
And as you're standing there, and with the silence and everything, you hear the clopping of horses' hooves on cobblestone as you see a flaming fist on horseback, escorted by several others, make way towards the group, and immediately waves to the group and says, "Disperse, disperse! Come on now, please." You hear some of the people squabbling amongst each other. He begin to move off from one direction to the other. He even waves at you, Amelia, and Caldas, and the others, and tells you, "Disperse, please! Disperse! Get out of here! The square is to be cleared immediately."
All right. I'm gonna make my way back to the cart then, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just chilling
Yeah.
in the cart still.
So the rest of you that are able to hop out of the cart, hop back in, snap the horse's reins. You happen to see Sazzy even look back at the rest of the group, and as the cart moves along into Stony Eyes, through Basilisk Gate, and says, "You could almost cut the tension in this city with a knife. It was almost like the time that Elturel would disappeared into the Hells. It was horrible. When Elder Ravengard disappeared with Elturel over a year ago. This whole city's upside down without Asterion. People wanting to get at each other's throats. A couple of riots were stomped out some time ago. It's been a mess, and downright mess. Somebody needs to stand up for Asterion. Do you know that he's gone through 15 lawyers already?"
What exactly is Asterion being accused of?
And Sazzy, as he counts on one hand. Let's see, there's 2, 3. Oh yeah. For one, he's being accused of high treason, which is why it's being elevated to the highest court in Baldur's Gate. Which means that the people overseeing the case, it's not a normal jury. The jury is actually going to be the Dukes and Duchesses of Baldur's Gate itself, including Archduke Elder Ravengard.
High treason?
He's
What
been
did he do
accused.
exactly?
Yes. He's been accused of 1, killing a duke's son, and 2, kidnapping a duke's daughter, and 3, breaking and entering into a duke's home.
Oh my.
What evidence do they have against him?
Sazzy kind of shrugs his shoulders and says, "I don't know. Maybe ask the bozo that's supposed to be defending him." Then again, who would try to defend him? They've all been chased off, stabbed, death threats, escorted to jail supposedly on crimes of conspiracy.
Interesting.
Nobody's been willing to defend him. Nobody in the gate, even for those people who could have made it in at one point in time, made it here, teleported here, using the circles that they can access. Nobody wants to represent him. It's all too dangerous. Except for one man who came in the other day. I heard that he was all tired and whatnot. Some man named Genius Trufin? Some young lawyer from I believe.
Maybe we'll pay this
Said
lawyer a
that he
visit.
He said that he just came in last night. Came into town. I don't know the details of it. The only person who really knows anything is that Malexander fellow that runs that crazy newspaper, Tomes of Truth.
Huh.
Of course,
Interesting.
he has his ear to the ground. He knows about all sorts of stuff. Tell you what, I actually read that newsletter. It's much better than reading the Baldwin's Mouth Gazette. It's practically a government-run newspaper, that is.
Interesting. Well, perhaps before we leave Baldur's Gate, maybe we'll stop in and pay this lawyer a visit and see what he says.
And the cart. And why did the ampersand just shrink? It just.
Oh my gosh.
What the heck? There we go. Okay. Oh, you guys are changing dimensions. All right, you guys
No!
North Chapel, through North Chapel, passing Little Kelmshan, up to Wick Keep, and to the very gates of the Crimson Keep, which we are now teleporting to.
Hooray! Whoa. Okay, there we
You
go.
guys are now outside the confines of this massive keep. Before you, you see sprawling walls of basically stonework. Pretty good stonework, solid stonework. You see banners of red hanging before you upon these walls, mostly intact. Off to your right, you happen to see a stable with a horse sticking its head out, braying as it nods its head up and down. Right before you are a massive set of stone doors. Also, as Gale would step away, you happen to see a board of sorts with what appears to be old notices of jobs and whatnot that have long since faded away and been torn to shreds. Sassy will walk up here to the door, and as he does, he then turns to the rest of the group and says, "Okay, first and foremost, whatever you do, keep your hands away from your weapons at all times, alright? Simulacrum is very, very defensive. Because he is supposed to be a guardian, okay? He guards the keep. He makes sure nothing bad happens to it. Nobody bad comes inside, okay? Don't ready any weapons. Don't ready any spells. Nothing of the such, and you'll be fine, alright?
Well, hopefully a microwave won't set it off either.
Beep.
Boom.
My child is cooking in the microwave currently, so...
Huh?
So, let them cook.
You just said your child is cooking in the microwave? What?
Yeah, my child's cooking in the
Whoa.
microwave.
Whoa.
Cooking food in the microwave. Let's you know, add that there. Oh my.
Zergtron is now a part of the Pants Gang.
Yo, Zergtron, welcome in. Welcome to the Pants Gang.
So, you happen to see a set of runes flash over the door and disappear. As he then pushes open the door of the Crimson Keep, you enter into this very first entry point of an area.
Nice digs.
You enter inside. You happen to see
Pirate Medic,
green
there is a
luscious
burrito
grass
in the
before
microwave.
You. The keep looks to be.
Sorry, dumplings are in the
very good
microwave.
shape. And I'm gonna keep revealing just a little bit more. There we go.
How's everyone doing so far? We're all doing great.
Yeah, I didn't turn on.
We are all hanging out.
An alternative form of shading everything. As you lot step inside the door,
And you're very welcome. I'm glad for you to be here.
as you step inside the door, I'm going to I'm gonna change it to. Here we go. But hear this booming voice echo out before you. Who dares enter inside the keep? And Sassy.
Go ahead.
Sassy go. Oh no, please. Listen, Derringer, it's me. It's these people. They're here to take the keep. They're here to what? What did you just say? They're here to take the keep. Take the keep from us. Derringer,
I know
not here to
Gojira.
take the keep. And as he says the word "take," you happen to hear a thunderous clap. And appearing before you in a bright flash of light, boom! This figure for you right now. Clad in armor from head to toe, I am going to share this image with you. This is who you see standing before you. Hang on. It's going to appear in your journals.
Yeah, D&D is going really well.
Right now.
We just showed up to a keep that we're inheriting.
This is Derek's simulacrum.
Where did you... Wait. Where are you sharing it?
In our notebook. Journal.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Got it. All right.
And as he stands before you, he says, Sazi, to me! He says so. You see him open up a door off to his right, to which Gale goes, ooh. I know what he's using. He opens a door to his right. You see him reach into the door and grab Sazi as he pulls him through said door, and Sazi appears right next to him. He then snaps his fingers and summons a circle before you.
They're pork
You
dumplings.
guys are now
right? They're pork?
encased in this particular
I don't know.
aura.
There's some sort of meat. Definitely not squirrel, though. Or rabbit.
There we go. A circle now surrounds you. And as he snaps his fingers again, another circle appears around you. This time
Here we go again.
with a pinkish hue. And this circle captures you in a metal cone. Magical oval, in this case. And you guys unable to move where you stand. And you see Gale just looking off to his left and right, and he goes, oh, this is going to be fun.
Are we able to do like a perception check? I don't know if magic is a thing. Hold on.
Make an Arcana check if you're trying to determine
Yeah.
what's holding you in place.
Oh, maybe? Probably not. So embarrassing.
That matches with your drunken state. You'd go.
I'll do an
Got
Arcana
myself
check.
drunk.
I'll do an Arcana check. Bruh.
What?
I rolled higher than you.
How does he roll higher?
Aldian looks down.
That's so
Aldian
shameful.
looks down. Unbelievably, Aldian with the high roll here. I'm gonna make Gavitas try to make a roll as well.
Not quite.
To see if he can determine it, even though he's not. I don't know if he's as arcanically inclined as anybody else. Let's see here.
No, I'm
Is-
huffing because we're in a magical
has a
circle
0.
barrier and we're being held captive by this
He pulled it
person.
off.
Oof.
Albion, as you turn to the rest of the group, almost like that meme, first time. Okay. And he looks at the rest of the group and he says, I hope you guys know this, but you guys are in not only a zone of truth, but he has also overlapped it with runes underneath you that are forming a hold person spell.
Oh, good.
So as you are all held in place, Simulacrum walks before you and walks before the zone of truth. As he says, all right, I trust Sazi, this man standing behind me. But you lot, I don't know who you are. For all I know, you could be hellish hellspawn seeking to take over this keep and claim it for your own. I won't allow any demons to claim my keep. Tell me this, are any of you demons?
No, I'm not.
No.
Do I look like a demon to you?
Yes.
I mean, there might be a case for you. A little bit.
Hey!
Caldus says yes.
Wait, Caldus says he is?
No, he said no, I'm not. But when he says, "Do I look like a demon to you?" I said yes.
Oh no.
See the simulacrum unsheath his sword as he points it at the group and he says, "Consider your words wisely. Think about what you say. And at least determine that what you say right now is the truth."
Zerg,
Yeah,
I'll tell you in a second.
That's why I'm telling the truth.
Second question. Do you have any ill intent here in the keep?
No.
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 Vetus said no. We're here for noble intentions.
I like how this guy's not even here.
Agnar.
He's not even. Yeah, Agnar's just.
Agnar's not even in the circle. He's just like back at
Just
the
out there.
cart. Oh, there he is.
And,
Zerg, I'm playing a fighter. Kitty's playing a druid. Agnar's playing a
as he looks back at
monk.
Sazzy and
Kaldez
says,
is a wizard. Amelia is a cleric, and Kvitus is
"Are they trying
a
to trick you
paladin.
and deceive you into giving away the keep?" Sazzy shakes his head. "No, I've been trying to tell you this the whole bloody time, Derringer. You would just shut up and listen to me. Ah, you're as thick-headed as... Ah, Eric and Gareth did too well of a job in recreating you. Good grief. Alright. This lot earned the keep. Completed a heroic task. Oh, that's right. That's another good third question. What heroic task did you complete to be worthy of gaining this keep?
We killed Redjaw and all of his subordinates and freed an entire slave encampment.
Oh, then. Ooh, wizard at the far end as he points at Gale. Haven't said very much this whole time. Why are you here? Well, I'm not here to claim the keep. I'm just here to speak with the rest of the group on matters not concerning you. Matters not concerning me? It should very well concern me. Protect this keep. Keep is mine. And it is also his. As he says, he points to Sazzy behind him. You would best respect that. And that goes for the rest of you. I am the guardian of this keep.
A Jedi. That's awesome. They actually do actually know somebody who does
Understand from what
a
you're
Star Wars
saying,
themed
it is
D&D
sincere
game here
heart.
on Twitch.
Zone of Truth doesn't lie. Unless your capability of lying is just that powerful. I'll have to take my friend's word at that. As he snaps his hand, and as he does so, runes disappear beneath your feet, holding you in place. He snaps again. Zone of Truth fades away.
I love you, Kaldez. Hey, I can lie again!
Huh.
You
I guess that
see
makes
the
two of us.
simulacrum. You see the simulacrum sheathe his blade as Sazzy wipes the sweat off his brow. Well, over. So, who wants to explore this? Actually, no. Hold on a second. Before you lot are allowed to explore anything, you lot will need to sign this document. As he
What?
reaches into the pack by his side and pulls out a large leather-bound tome with loose pages bound together by metal rings on the inside.
What's the
He
document
opens
say?
it, flipping from page to page as he flips through. Ah, here we go. All right, here it is. The guild roster, he says as he holds out a page before you and walks in front of the group. On this page, if you were to look at it, there are several blank lines listed about it. At the top of the page, it says in these words, "All those hereby listed below are owners of the Crimson Keep." They are to maintain it, to pay taxes that are due for it, and to keep observation outside the city of Baldur's Gate to ensure that no attackers will flank it from any side. By anyone signing below shall have free entry and stay into the keep as long as they wish, as they meet these conditions. On the lines below, names already listed. Names as listed, starting from
Nurse
first
Firewife,
to
I'll
last,
send you a link to
are
the
Derringer,
people that do the
Eric,
D&D session of
Aerith,
Star Wars.
Sazi, Bob, and Kaja. 6 names signed onto the guild roster. Only 2 people standing left out of the guild.
How are we supposed to be able to protect this when we're out trying to solve the world's problems?
Well, that would be where
We
Derringer comes
happened
in.
Happened to hear Derringer's simulacrum as he clears his throat and he says, "That would be left up to me. But in times of desperation, you two would be called on to protect the keep."
I see. How much are these taxes?
And Tazzy would mention to you, so I mentioned it to these lot before, you weren't here, but they would owe 25 gold a month, at least. As long as you keep up with your taxes, everything should be fine.
25 gold a month.
Yes.
That's for all of us combined.
Well, yes, it's mainly because what we did to earn the keep in the first place was very noble. We were able to reduce the tax from 225 to 25.
I see.
Is there a coffer here somewhere where we can store the chest of 3,000 gold and we can use that to pay our taxes for some time?
Derringer would nod and say, "Yes, there is a means of storing your gold as well as other supplies inside. But first, in
We
order
should
to
probably
show
split
you,
our gold also. Because there are things I need to try to purchase.
And Derringer would continue and say, "You would need to sign on the dotted line before you could enter into the keep. I will not allow you in otherwise." He says as
Alright.
he walks back up to the door right here and stands in at parade rest.
All right, I'll step forward and I'll sign the deed, and then Fate
Alright.
will be right behind me.
So we have Aldian, and we have Fate. Agnar will sign next. Agnar walks up and signs on the dotted line right here. And steps away.
I suppose I'll sign up too. And he'll then sign on the dotted line.
Just walks over here. Right up to Sazi, takes the quill out of his hands, sits it a little bit, dips it into the inkwell, and then writes his name.
Amelia, come sign the paper.
Over here.
Fine.
Nope, too far.
Careful.
Is the squirrel still with you guys? I don't think the squirrel is.
No,
with
the
us
squirrel's
anymore.
the squirrel's
hope
back at the
that
tavern.
squirrel isn't with us. I was so
No,
close
Scratch
to
stayed
burning it to
behind.
crisp.
Yeah, Scratch stayed
You better
behind.
not.
Squirrel stew.
No.
Barbecue
Amelia,
wood.
Fate's gonna give you a
Amelia,
very
I'm
stern
going to-
scowl.
I'll need you to write. Actually, I'll need you to make a dexterity check.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy, here we go. Here we go.
With this, yes, dexterity saving throw with disadvantage to see if you're actually able to cohesively write your name.
Oh no. Don't
So
mess this
funny.
up.
Bro, but
Okay,
she didn't-
okay.
But she didn't do any rolls to see if she got drunk though, right?
No, she drank 2 whole mugs of ale.
We
She had, yeah.
Wait, okay,
Is
so
that a-
you
is
said
that a lot for
dexterity.
someone who doesn't
Dexterity
drink?
saving throw.
Where
It's
is
dexterity
that?
saving
I keep forgetting where this stuff is. That's
It's in a box at the top. It should be directly to the right of your strength and dexterity.
Yeah. So right underneath where it says proficiency bonuses on the left-hand side of your character sheet, you'll see strength, dexterity, constitution.
Yikes. That does not look good.
Oh my gosh.
Yay.
You have a half smile on your face, and you see Sassy looking up at you concerningly. Do you need some help?
Is there like a sobering potion that I can craft into this spawning mug that I have? Like, is there something I can give her that would sober her up?
It's not very quickly drying ink, so he kind of just tries to smear it off of that point. He's just like, hang on just a moment. Here. As he says,
How long am I gonna be drunk for?
He grabs Amelia's wrist and he says, gingerly, and he says, okay, what's your name?
Amelia. Liliana.
Emily? Who?
Her name is Amelia.
Oh, her name's
Liliana.
Okay. Alright, so and he carefully, with using your hand, writes your name on the guild roster. And first name, last name, looking upside down, writes it out for you, and is perfectly legible now, unlike the shrunken scrawl that was written on there earlier.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Do you
Drunk
guys know
Amelia is gonna get us all
estimate-
killed.
An estimate about how much longer you think we'll be going?
Perhaps.
Just a little bit longer, as you guys are now open to explore the keep, and after you sign that last bit, Sassy would blow on the ink in order to make sure that it dries well, and as she does so, suddenly, like scales being lifted off of your eyes, hang on, let me span out here and reveal the entirety of the keep.
Ooh.
There is a
Before.
and
Nice.
Nice.
Before we actually do go exploring the keep,
yes,
would it be, and this is just me tossing the idea out, would it be more beneficial to wait till the next session to actually start walking through and exploring so that the others don't miss it, since we are down 3 people currently?
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Okay.
So are we gonna stop here, you think?
I think
That's what
so.
I was.
That may be
That's
the
what I was
best,
just
but-
saying.
It'd be a good stopping point.
Yeah.
And Derringer turns and opens the doors behind him, as he then tells a lot of you, all right, myself, on behalf of this guild, my guild, and now passed on to you. You are now granted entry to the Crimson Keep. And with that, that is where we will leave off for the next session.
All right.
Awesome. Drunk adventures with Amelia. Let's go.
Amelia's just gonna go, "Where's a bed?"
Gonna knock out immediately. Don't get drunk,
Amelia
guys.
being
It's a
drunk
sin.
For shame.
It's a sin. Don't do it.
Exactly. How dare you sin in my D&D game?
My good Christian Minecraft server.
Yeah.
The Crimson Keep is open to you, and next time, Derringer and Sazzy will be giving you the house tour.
Dang, I get back from the yard and it's over. How dare. I'm sorry, Draka bro.
You'll be fine. Don't worry.
Alrighty. Well, thanks so much, Crimson. I really appreciate you hosting again. When is our next session?
I
would be
think on the 26th, which I cannot make, correct?
Yes, it'll be the 26th. It'll be the week after Easter weekend.
Got it.
I will
Awesome.
unfortunately not be able to make it because there's some things that I'm trying to, do with my grandparents before you know, they.
No
passed
problem.
away.
Yeah, no
So-
worries.
Gotcha.
I'll be
Understandable.
with my grandfather all day.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I can definitely impersonate the punchable wizard.
I just prefer not to get punched. If you need notes on what I was wanting to do though on exploring, just let me know and I will send them to you.
Send them via DM.
And then the session 11 will be uploaded to YouTube. No, session 12. I'm sorry. Session 12 is going to be uploaded to YouTube this evening. Tomorrow, session 13 will go up, and then session 14 will go up as soon as I can pull it off of Twitch and upload it. So.
At least I get to get back to the funny Celeste drunk D&D character. Yes, it's
she walks into a wall, knocks out, falls into the bed.
Hey, hey, you're just giving me ideas here. I'm writing stuff down.
Darn!
Yeah.
No! Why did I open my mouth?
The reason why Celeste was so upset, or the reason why Amelia was so upset at that person who was up on the wall, was because she got kicked out of whatever clergy for being drunk.
If only.
Is this the bathroom? Proceeds to barf all over the altar.
Oh no.
Oh man, that would be awful.
Oh.
Which,
Goodness.
by the by, there is a prayer room that is established in the northwest part.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ah, I see it. Okay. Nice.
We'll be going into that, which I have all the rooms labeled with. I used random emblems in the DM layer to kind of hide it underneath, where only I could see it, so it tells me the details of each room and all that stuff.
I do have to go though. My parents are paging me to join them,
Okay.
so I'm gonna leave the chat and then I'm gonna read Saran, who's doing his birthday things. So.
Okay. Yeah. No worries. I'll read into him as well.
Have a good night, you guys. God bless
So yes,
you.
have a good night, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.
All right. I'll catch you later.
Brr.
Alrighty. Alrighty, everybody. That was session 14 of Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out, hanging out with us while we run around and be stupid. And I hope that you all had a really good time watching. And we will be back again on the 20th, and the 20th. No, 26th. I'm sorry, 26th of this month for the next session. And other than that, I'll be back on Monday for World of Warcraft raiding, and then again on Wednesday, and then Friday. So I don't have anything in particular planned other than Wednesday. Armor of Faith and I are going to be continuing our quest through Split Fiction, and Monday is, of course, World of Warcraft raiding. So if anybody's wanting to do something with me on Friday, I am free on Friday. So let me go ahead and get this raid set up. /raid Saren VT. Thank you, Gloopy, for posting the subscriber raid message. And then underneath that is the follower raid message. There we go, Saren VT. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming by, hanging out with me. Make sure that you tell Saren happy birthday. And I will see you all again on Monday. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.